All right.
All right, we are here. Ready to go. Welcome to the Concord Co-op Community Connections. I'm Nazzy from the Pulse of New Hampshire, joined this week by Mr. Greg Lessard from the
Good
Co-op.
morning.
How are you, Greg?
Oh, doing great. Doing wonderful as always.
Absolutely. And the executive director of the Five Rivers Conservation Trust, Miss Liz Short, joins us this week. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning.
And we're going to be talking to Larry Pletcher in just a few moments. And I've got and there he is right there. There's Larry.
I keep coming in and out, and I really can't understand you guys. So,
Well, all right. Well, we'll move on, and hopefully everything clears up on your side. So what we're here to talk about today is a wonderful arrangement with Larry Pletcher and his farm and the Five Rivers Trust. And so I guess we'd like to just Liz, if you could just kick it off as to, what's going on, what's the arrangement, and we'll get into a little bit more detail of what Five Rivers is all about, but just start there because we have a nice little video that you created. We'll just show a quick little segment.
I can't understand you.
And it gives some background. You're okay, Larry. Liz, so what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So just a little bit of background. Five Rivers Conservation Trust, we're a nonprofit land trust, and we work with private landowners who are interested in conserving their properties for future generations to enjoy and really forever. Within what we call the Five Rivers watershed, we serve 17 towns, including Concord, and are focused on lands that are special for their natural, agricultural, in this case, recreational and cultural values. Five Rivers has been around for about 33 years. And some of your listeners might recognize Five Rivers as partners in conserving some iconic farm properties like Carter Hill Orchard and Diamond Hill Farm in Concord, as well as Bohannon Farm or Kentucky Creamery in Hopkinton. And so we are so excited to be adding Larry Pletcher's Vegetable Ranch in Warner to that list. So I'll stop there.
Liz, really quick, before we go on, explain exactly what you do, how you went about helping these wonderful farms, and now how you're helping Larry Pletcher. What is it exactly that you guys do to help out?
Right. Well, there's a couple of different ways to conserve a property, but in general, we are working together with Larry Pletcher to put a conservation easement on his 118 acres in Warner. And a conservation easement is a legal instrument which really restricts future development on that property while allowing commercial uses like agriculture and forestry.
So in other words, a company can't come in and buy out his property and put condos in, or put a mall in, or tear up the land and put in something commercial, correct?
Absolutely. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, what I'd like to do is you folks at Five Rivers created a nice little video that is on your website that includes Larry talking about a little bit about his farm. I'd like to just show a 1-minute little clip of that. And for listeners, this is live streamed and on the Concord Food Co-op's Facebook page and YouTube. So the little video clips, you can certainly go to the Co-op's Facebook page to see what we're showing. But Larry does a great job narrating this, and you'll be able to understand what he's chatting about anyway. So Kim, if you have the opportunity, if you could roll that for us, and if that works out for us.
We've lived here for something
and
like
while Kim
years.
is getting that
and so this is what we are. This is where we are, and this is where we want to be. I had an opportunity 30 years ago to buy this particular piece of land, and I passed it up. And 12 years ago, when it came on the market again, I was not going to be denied. So so it never came on the market. I bought this, snapped it right up, and it was interesting when I did. This was woodland when I bought it, for the most part, and we've put a lot of effort into it.
Okay, thank
Very
you,
nice.
thank you, Kim. It
Yeah.
it is and I'm sure, Liz, you've been out at the property by now. It was probably about 7 years ago that the Concord Food Co-op, we had a big pig roast there for our membership,
Oh.
and so we spent the night there because we put one of Larry's pigs on in the early hours of the morning, and there had to be 700-800 co-op members there. And what a beautiful spot it was. And Larry grows for a lot of different farms or locations, and he's 100% organic, and so the co-op has his produce, but he's very, very diverse. And do you remember what Larry did for a career, Liz, prior to becoming a farmer?
Oh gosh, I wish he's such a diverse background. Can you tell me?
Well, it was either he was a lawyer or a judge or both,
Right.
but he retired and became
Right.
a farmer, and it's like, who does that? Farming is so much work, and he doesn't have this little farm. It's fairly significant, but
118 acres. It's giant.
Right. And
Well,
it also comes to mind for me that Larry is an author of a hiking book. So he's done amazing things in his career, but really dedicated to this land and stewarding it, and
Wow.
seeing it conserved for forever.
Yeah, and so what are you trying to do? What's going on in the process? Where are you in the process of trying to get this land conserved?
Sure. So last fall, so the overall project cost is just over $350,000, and that includes everything that goes into a project of this size to purchase the conservation easement and all the other parts and pieces of it. And we to date have received just over $275,000 in grant funding, thanks in large part to New Hampshire's LCHIP program. And that's the Land and Community Heritage Investment Program. So right now we are 93% of the way there in terms of raising the funds that are needed for this project. And really, in the next 6 to 7 weeks, by the end of March, we've got $25,000 to go. So, so we're well on our way, and but so thankful for the community support and folks who appreciate what Larry brings to the region in terms of healthy, organic, local food, as well as all the other community connections. As you said, I remember the Concord Food Co-op pig roast at his farm.
Oh, you went to that?
I did.
Wasn't that a great event?
It was lovely.
Yeah,
My
great
invitation
spot.
must have been my invitation must have been lost in the mail. I'm going to have to make the next one.
Had you picked up your membership at the Concord Food Co-op 7 years ago? Were you a member then? That's how. Yeah. But it was great.
Something I want to mention too, and I noticed this at your website. If you want to make a donation, it says every private donation will be matched dollar for dollar by the Thomas W. Haas Fund of the New Hampshire Charitable Foundation. That's amazing.
Yes, it's really terrific, and it means that especially in this period, it's every gift from folks who want to support this project is doubled essentially.
That's amazing. It's going to get you there so much quicker.
And I think you said that like 95% of it, whatever the number was, thus far was raised through grants. So now are you transitioning to just private donations for that last little bit that you're trying to get?
Yeah. A big part of the project in the early phases was the grant funding, and the LCHIP grant awarded last fall sort of gave the project the security that we could get there. And so now we're reaching out to the broader community, and Larry has been so good to share his story and a brochure and all of his his CSA membership, when he's at the farmers markets, all the various places that he sells. Your listeners may see some of these flyers floating around. that ask for help. So, but it's real easy, as you were saying. If you just go to our website, we can you can see the video and at 5rct.org/Pletcher.
It's right there. Now, of course, we're talking about Larry Pletcher, and he owns the vegetable ranch in Warner. Beautiful. The video is gorgeous. Very, very well done. My question for you, Liz, why is his farm so important, and all these farms so important to the Granite State? Why are they so important to us?
Absolutely. And Larry's farm in particular in Warner, there's so many elements there. Not only all the effort that he's put into building the soils there to generate food for the region. So there's the local food element. There's also important wildlife habitat and connections to surrounding conserved property in Warner. There are the upper reaches of a few brooks that are really important. One called the Children's Brook locally, that's in Warner, really well known for hosting a kids fishing derby for something like 60 years. Wow. And lots of important forest land. So, there's so many things that make Larry's Farm Vegetable Ranch important. And I think especially during these times over the last year, folks have been even more focused on what it means to have an asset like that locally, where we can get our food.
Now, and are you shooting for the entire farm, or is it just a parcel of the farm?
It's 118 acres, and Larry's he has greenhouses and the fields that you saw in the video. That's roughly 12 acres of it. So it's nearly all of his property, with some exclusions where that allow for flexibility if a future farmer were to come onto the land, that they could continue making it work for them. But in general, it's the whole enchilada.
Okay, and go ahead, Nazzy.
My question is, so what happens next? So what's the next step? So we've raised the money, we have the funds in place. What's the next thing that happens? Because we're not too far away from that next step. I mean, we're very, very close.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we once we have the full funds in hand, there are final activities that need to happen related to surveying the land and documenting this in the legal instrument, and some legal stuff that happens. But our goal is really by late summer, early fall, that we can say, with Larry Pletcher, he has been successful in conserving the vegetable ranch.
I see where you're going with it, Nazzy. I think you're thinking they're going to celebrate with a pig roast on the property. Is that
you picked it up, Greg? That's exactly where I was going.
Yeah. Well, we hope just as soon as we can all get back together and enjoy things like that. Whatever Larry would like to do, Five Rivers will be there in full support.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And is that is Larry's property right now one of the primaries? Do you have other projects that you're working on at this time?
We do have a handful of projects that we're trying to move forward, but Larry's is a really, really significant one. And it's also worth mentioning this element of working with Larry. And one of the things that if he were on, he would probably tell you that not only protecting this place that is so special to him, that he's lived for something like 45 years, but also hoping to see this continue to be a farm well into the future. And so there's an element of when Larry is ready, this process and project will have helped make farming more financially viable for that next future farmer.
Next generation. I wanted to give out the phone number again really quick. It's 225-7225, or you can go to the website, which is 5rct.org/conserve/Pletcher-farm. So it's I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I was going to say, Nazzy, we also tried to make it a little bit simpler, so you can go there, And you can also go to 5rct.org/Pletcher. And that's
Even better.
P as in produce.
That's even better. Yeah, and they're going to match your donation. I mean, this is a win-win. You're securing the future of this farm, which it's putting food on so many local tables, and it's helping out so many local organizations. So this is kind of cementing the future, and you're investing in the future of farming. I think it's a win-win.
And I forget if Larry, he has a little farm stand there, I'm pretty sure, but most of it I think is for his CSA. But as soon as the weather allows it, I think he would enjoy individuals to come up to his farm and take a look at it. Vegetable Ranch in Warner, and I'm sure you can find the actual address on the internet anyway. But it's just a beautiful spot. You couldn't have picked a better spot to be going after the preserve from here on out.
Now, do either one of you know what he grows on his farm? Because from what I understand, he grows a variety.
Everything, which is very surprising. I mean, the video that Five Rivers created, he just goes on and on and on. So, nowadays farmers are a lot more specialized. But Larry, I think anything you would find on your salad, he grows it basically. Anything you would hope to pile on your salad, he grows it. I think he's given up on the pigs. I think they were too much work, but isn't he just recently got into corn even, and that's a tough organically to grow corn and have it work. But I just can't believe that it's so much work, and that in retirement he decided to take on farming. It's just quite the opposite direction.
To work even harder. While we have a moment left, Liz, if you could please tell people a little bit about what you do at Five Rivers Conservation Trust and how they can get in touch with you. If they have a project they'd like to pass by you, how do they contact you, Liz?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I was saying, if you're a private landowner and you're interested in learning more about what we do, if you're intrigued by our work and interested in volunteering your time, if we have a whole, this is really a community built and driven organization in this region, and you can reach out to me by email, by phone. You'll see on our Five Rivers address, Five Rivers website. Would love to hear from you.
All right, and Greg, and you as well. Let's talk about the co-op, because you always have some delicious things happening at the co-op. So we have a little bit of time. Let's talk about the co-op.
Daily we post the menu. So although the traditional hot bar is shut down, they're making great meals for you to take out. Already prepared, great meals. Even the pre-cooked chickens that are just, they look so delicious every day out there. So there's a lot of good stuff. If you're want an easy lunch, easy dinner, just pop into the co-op. And also, visit our website, Concord Food Co-op website. And there you can learn about membership. It's $100 one time, and has a long list of benefits. But one reason that I think I encourage people to consider membership is the co-op is very, very invested in the community. They're very invested in the local farmers, supporting the local farmers, and local vendors, giving so many of them their start. And so the work, the co-op is out there supporting great organizations like Five Rivers, and so your membership in the co-op and supporting the co-op by shopping there periodically is allowing the co-op to put right back into the community through your purchasing dollars at the Concord Food Co-op. So, support of the co-op is great for the community.
And I also want to add that you're following all the CDC guidelines, and you're cleaning, and everybody's wearing masks, and you do offer curbside, correct?
Oh, curbside, yeah. The e-commerce store on the website, it has all of the products, easy way to shop, and then you just pick it up you pick your time and you pick it up at curbside, and that's just been phenomenal activity on that side. So some things are off, like the hot bar, but the curbside pickup is just gone gangbusters. That's working exceptionally well for us, and it gave us the opportunity to reassign a lot of the staff that were some positions didn't have that much to do. Now they're very busy picking grocery orders and bringing them to curbside.
Excellent. Well, listen, Liz, we want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We'll chat again next week with our co-op Community Connections.
Thank you, Nazzy. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.